Hello, my friend. Welcome to English Vids.
My name is Emily, and I am 27 years old. I live in a busy city in a small apartment with my husband, David. I have always thought of myself as a strong and confident woman. I work as a graphic designer, and I always dreamed about having a happy family, someone I could trust, and a peaceful life at home. I met David for the first time 5 years ago. At that time, I was fresh out of university, full of plans for the future. David was a friend of a friend. We met at a birthday party held at a cafe. He was funny and had a warm smile, and he seemed so interested in everything I said. We talked for hours about books, music, and travel. After the party, he messaged me every day. We started to see each other more. He brought me flowers, and we went on long walks in the park. After 6 months, we became a couple, and 2 years later, we got married. David was wonderful in the beginning. He listened to me, supported my work, and loved to surprise me with small gifts or notes. The first time I suspected something was wrong was about a year ago. David started acting differently. He became busy with his job and stayed late at work almost every night. He said he had meetings or important projects. At first, I believed him because I knew he wanted to get a promotion. But soon, I noticed little changes. He began to put his phone face down on the table or carry it with him everywhere, even to the bathroom. He started to dress up more for work. He wore cologne he hadn't used before. He even started going to the gym. I tried to tell myself he just wanted to look better and be more successful. But deep down, a cold feeling grew in my stomach. I remember one Friday night in particular. We were supposed to have dinner together at home. I cooked his favorite pasta. But when he came home, he looked distracted. He barely touched his food. He kept looking at his phone and smiled at messages he received. When I asked him who he was talking to, he only said, "Just some friends from work." Then he put his phone away and changed the subject. That night, he fell asleep on the sofa and didn't come to bed until it was almost morning. I felt alone, lying in our big bed, listening to the city sounds outside. From that day, I started noticing more signs. He hid his phone when I entered the room. He became very protective of it, never letting me borrow it, which was not something he used to do before. I felt the distance growing between us, and I became anxious and sad. At first, I tried to ignore these signs. I told myself I was overthinking or being paranoid. I remembered how things used to be, how loving and caring David was. I wanted to trust him, to believe that nothing had changed, and that he still loved me as before. I suggested we go out together more, or take a short trip to relax. But David always had excuses. "I'm too busy," he said. "Maybe next month." I felt like he was slipping away from me, piece by piece. After several months, I couldn't ignore my worries anymore. One evening, while David was in the shower, I decided to look at his phone. It was locked, and I didn't know the password. He used to share all his passwords with me, but not anymore. That night, I sat on our balcony, staring at the city lights, feeling lonely. I wondered if I should talk to him about my feelings. I was scared of what I might hear. A week later, I finally found the courage to ask David directly. We were having breakfast when I said, "David, are you seeing someone else?" He looked shocked and laughed it off. "Of course not, Emily. Why would you think that?" But his eyes didn't meet mine. He finished his coffee quickly and left the house. After he left, I cried for hours. I felt so helpless and stupid. Some weeks passed, and then something happened that made everything clear. I was scrolling through my social media when I saw a photo. One of my old classmates, Sarah, had posted a picture at a new restaurant. In the background, I saw David. He was sitting at a table with Sarah, smiling and laughing. My heart dropped. At first, I thought it was just a coincidence. Maybe they met by chance. But then I saw more photos on Sarah's page. David and Sarah going to a concert, hiking in the mountains, and even celebrating a birthday together. The dates were all recent, the same days when David told me he was working late. I realized then that my husband wasn't just cheating. He was seeing someone I knew, someone who used to be in my university class, someone I had spoken with many times. I remembered Sarah as a friendly girl. We studied together and sometimes sat next to each other during lectures. I never imagined she would be the one to betray me. All the pieces suddenly fit: the secretive behavior, the late nights, the new clothes, and the gym visits. He was building a new life with someone else while I waited at home, hoping he would come back to me. That night, I confronted David again. I showed him the photos on my phone and asked, "Why are you with Sarah? Why did you lie to me?" He was silent at first. Then, he said he was sorry and that he never meant to hurt me. He admitted he had started seeing Sarah months ago. He said their relationship just happened, and he was confused. I felt my heart break into 1,000 pieces. I wondered what I had done wrong. Was it my fault? Was I not enough for him? David said it had nothing to do with me, that he was lost in his own problems. After that night, I packed a bag and left our apartment. I went to stay with my sister. For days, I couldn't eat or sleep. I kept thinking about the years I spent with David and how everything was a lie in the end. But slowly, I began to heal. My friends and family supported me, reminding me that I was strong and deserved better. It was hard, but I learned that I could survive betrayal and I could rebuild my life. Now, when I look back, I see that ignoring my feelings only made the pain last longer. I learned the importance of honesty, not only with others, but also with myself. I hope that one day I will find someone who truly loves me and is honest with me. This is my story, not just about betrayal, but about finding strength inside myself. And now, I know that I can face any challenge that life brings. Thank you for watching.